Good morning, students. This is your maths class, and today we are going to learn about a new topic. Okay, so turn to page number 14, and here you get rounding of numbers. Okay, this is the new topic. Okay, so here it's written, when we are not sure of the exact number, we use the word about. Okay, it gives a rough estimation of the number. Okay, we can also say that the number has been rounded off. We can round off a number to the nearest 10, 100 or 1000. Okay, so you can see there's a tree and there are birds on the tree. Okay, so if someone asks you about how many birds are there on the tree, so you'll say there are about 40 birds on this tree, since you are not sure about the number of birds on the tree. Okay, now the next paragraph, rounding off to the nearest 10. Okay, to round off a number to the nearest 10, look at the digit at the ones place. If the digit at the ones place is 4 or less, then place a 0 at the ones place and let the digit at the tens place remain as it is. Okay, just like here. For an example, here the number that is given is 43. Okay, what they are saying is, if the digit at the ones place is 4 or less, it's less than 4. Okay, so then place a 0 at ones place, place a 0 at ones place, and let the digit at the tens place remain as it is. So the digit at tens place should remain as it is. Okay, now the next point, if the digit at the ones place is 5 or more, then place a 0 at the ones place and also add 1 to the digit at the tens place. Look at here, the number that is given over here is 87. So what you will do is, when you have to round off the number 87, you'll write 0 at ones place and add 1 to the number which is there in tens place. Okay, so when you add 1 to 8, it becomes 9. So when you round off 87, the number that you'll get is 90. Okay, the next number is 65. They have already told you, if the number at ones place is 5 or more than 5, write 0 at ones place and add 1 to the number that is in tens place. When you add 1 to the number that is in tens place, you'll get 70. Okay, rounding off to the nearest 100. Now the next topic is rounding off to the nearest 100. To round off a number to the nearest 100, look at the digit at the tens place. So in order to round off a number to the nearest 100, you have to look at the digit which is at the tens place. If the digit at the tens place is 4 or less, then place zeros at the tens and ones place. Then the digit at the hundreds place remains the same. So what they are saying, look at this number. If the digit at the tens place, if the digit at the tens place is 4 or less, it's 4. Okay, then place zeros at the tens and ones place. You have to place 0 at tens and ones place. Okay, the digit at the hundreds place remains the same. The digit which is at the hundreds place will remain the same. Now the next point, if the digit at the tens place is 5 or more, Then place at zeros at the tens and ones place. Add 1 to the digit at the hundreds place. Okay, so look at the number over here. It's 1887. What you have to do, if the digit at the tens place is 5 or more, look at the digit which is at the tens place over here. It's 8, which is more than 5. What you'll do, then place zeros at tens and ones place. You'll place 0 at tens and ones place. Add 1 to the digit at the hundreds place. You'll add 1 to the digit which is at the hundreds place. So 8 will become 9. So when you round off 1887 to the nearest 100, you will get 1900. Okay, when you round off to the number 243 to the nearest 100, you will get 200. Okay, now the next topic is rounding off to the nearest 1000. To round off a number to the nearest 1000, look at the digit at the hundreds place. If the digit at the hundreds place is 4 or less, then place zeros at the hundreds, tens and ones place. Keep the digit at the thousands place as it is. So when you are rounding off a number to the nearest 1000, you have to look at the number, look at the digit which is at hundreds place, and if it is 4 or less than 4, you have to place zeros at 100, tens and ones place, and keep the number in thousands place as it is. Okay, when you are rounding off a number to the nearest 1000. Okay, now the next point over here is, if the digit at the hundreds place is 5 or more, then place zeros at the hundreds, tens and ones place. Also add 1 to the digit at the thousands place. So look at the next number. If the digit at the hundreds place is 5 or more, they are saying. Okay, so here the number is more than 5. What you will do, place 0 at hundreds, tens and ones place and add 1 to the number which is at to the 1 to the digit which is at thousands place. Okay, which is 7. So when you add 1 to 7, you'll get 8000. This will be the nearest rounding off to the nearest 1000. Okay, so in page number 16, okay, there are some exercises given over here. Exercise 1.5, there are some questions given over here. 1, 2 and 3. We are going to do today 1, 2 and 3. So I'll do one each for each questions for an example. Okay, so the first question here is, round off the following numbers to the nearest 10. So when you are rounding off a number to the nearest 10, you have to look at the digit which is at ones place. You have to look and see if it is 4 or less than 4, you have to write 0. Okay, and keep the digit in the tens place as it is. Okay, if there was 5 over here in ones place, what you had to do is write 0 at ones place and add 1 to the digit in tens place. So it would have been 70. Okay, 5 or more. If there was number 5 or more at ones place, you could have written 0 and 7. Okay, now the next question, rounding off the following numbers to the nearest 100. So when you are rounding off the number to the nearest 100, you have to look at the number which is at tens place. Okay, so here at ones place you'll write 0, okay, and look at the number which is at tens place. It is more than 5. Again you'll write 0, okay, and add 1 to the digit which is in hundreds place, so it will be 600. If the number was less than 5, which is 4 or less than 4, you could have written 0 at tens and ones place and written 5 at the hundredth place. Okay, now the next question. Round off the following numbers to the nearest thousand. Now over here you have to look for the digit which is in hundreds place. You'll write zeros at hundreds, ones and hundreds, tens and ones place, and keep the number which is at thousands place as it is, because over here the number which is at hundreds place is 4 is less than 4, okay, or less than 5, so you'll write 6000, which is the rounding off to the nearest thousand. Okay, if the number over here at hundreds place was 5 or more than 5, what you could have done is written zeros at 100, tens and one place and add 1 to the digit which is at thousands place, so it could have been 7000. Okay, thank you. That's all for today.